Welcome back. This is Mr. Tom here with another video for you. And you may have noticed I got my hair cut. One of my coworkers was actually nice enough to cut my hair for me. My head feels a lot better. So this week we are going to learn about the Earth's layers. You might have heard that the Earth has different layers in it, kind of like an onion. If you've ever looked at an onion, you can peel back the layers and you find more layers and more layers. And it kind of has to do with our volcanoes. If you watched the video I did last week, we made a volcano and I showed you how a volcano erupts. And also we talked a little bit about where that lava that comes out, where it comes from. It comes from deep in the earth. All right, so we're going to do a little craft here with some different colors of Play-Doh here. And we're going to model the Earth's layers. All right, let's dive in. Well, let's see what we're working with today. So I'm picking out colors for the layers of the Earth that I want. First, I'm going to take out blue. And then I'm going to take out some red. And then orange. Orange Play-Doh. And then finally, my last color for my last layer is going to be yellow. Now what we're going to do, get my colors laid out here. So there are 4 layers of Earth. That's why we have 4 different colors. I'm actually going to be starting with the innermost layer inside the Earth. And it actually looks like a ball, kind of like a mini version of the Earth. It's deep, deep, deep inside. Lots of gravity, lots of pressure in there. Basically what that means is it keeps it really, really tight and it's really, really heavy, okay? And I'm gonna make that out of yellow. So I'm gonna start with that. Let's set these aside for now. Okay, and you can follow along with me. And really, if you want, you can use any colors you'd like or any colors you have. But in most models, when they show the layer of the Earth, they show that inner layer, that kind of ball, as yellow. So what I'm going to do, I think that'll be enough for the inside of my Earth. And I'm sure you've done this before. Stick it in your hands, roll it around in your palms, kind of get a nice ball. You roll around. If you got a hard surface, something you can do on the table or put on the table, then you can use that. There we go. Well, that's round enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Next, I want to do my orange layer. Okay. And what you're going to do with this is you're not going to roll this up into a ball. Actually, what you're going to do is you're going to squish it. You could squish it between your fingers or, whoops, squish it between your palms like this. You want to get kind of a flat layer, okay? But you can add a little more to it. You're kind of going to make a pancake, but it's going to be like a thick pancake. Okay. And then what you're going to do is take this layer, and just wrap it over your sphere. You're not going to try and mix them together. You're just going to sort of kind of see if you can get it stuck on there. Okay, so there, I got part of it there. Take some more. Okay. And then put it over the other half, and then I'm just kind of folding that down and I'm shaping it. See how I'm pressing that in with my fingers, kind of seals it. Okay, so you shouldn't see any yellow left. What you have now is what looks like an orange ball. Okay, and then that I want to take red. If I can open it. All right, and this one you actually want pretty thick because this is actually a really thick layer of the earth. So when we're finished with this, what we're going to do actually is we're going to cut this open and then I can show you what all these layers are. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and pause the video because this part takes a little while and I don't want to keep you waiting too long. I'll be right back. Okay, so I wrapped the red Play-Doh around. Okay, so you shouldn't be able to see any of the orange layer. And you might also notice I have my fourth color right here. Now, this is a very special layer of the earth. It's very thin, but it's the layer that we live on. Maybe you can guess why it's blue. There's a little bit of green in there too. Maybe you can have a guess. But this is the last layer I'm going to put on. So what I'm going to do is just, like I did with the others, just sort of I'm going to place it over the top, and I'm going to try and keep it as thin as I can without breaking it. It's very, very fragile. I'm going to wrap it around. It's almost like you're wrapping a sheet of foil or thin paper or something. All right. Just sort of pinch this part in a little bit. And if I wanted to, or if you want to, you can add green in there. Or even different colors of blue. That's fine. Okay, and there I have my Earth. Well, sort of Earth. It's like Earth. So the blue, maybe you guessed it, this is like the ocean. This is water. Did you know that 70% of the Earth's surface is covered in water? And you have a little bit of land too. Okay, so the Earth is called the blue planet because so much of it is water, but of course it has land too, which looks kind of that greenish brown color. So what we did is we made the 4 layers of Earth. Now, here's one of the fun, interesting parts come in. So what I'm going to do next is something that only the adults should do. I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to use this kitchen knife. I'm just going to very carefully try and cut right down the center. You see I got a cutting board here. I'm using a knife because I want to have a nice thin line in there. I don't want to just tear it apart. Okay. Well, let's see. It sort of works. Unfortunately, this folded over just a little bit, but I think you should get the idea. So, well, let's go ahead and start from the outside now. So the outside layer of the Earth, and you could go ahead and follow along with the activity guide you should have. You should be able to download that from our website, visitthemap.org. The outermost part, that's called the crust, and that's where we live. That's where all the ocean, that's where all the rock, that's where all the plants, trees, animals, where everything lives. And then below that, this sort of reddish layer, I don't know if you can maybe tell a little bit, yeah, you got the red there. That's called the mantle, and that is actually where lava comes from. When it's deep inside the earth, that lava is called magma, and this is where it erupts from. It's underneath the crust, and it comes out of a volcano. Now the next layer, the orange layer in here, that is called the outer core. It's the outer core of the earth. And then finally, the innermost layer where you've got lots and lots of pressure squeezing because, you know, the earth is heavy, right? Be a little hard to lift up on your own. Imagine if you were in the center of the earth, you'd have a lot of weight over you. So that's really, really squeezing things tight. So this inner core, this yellow area, that's very, very dense. That is the inner core. Okay, now let's work the other way. Yellow is the inner core. Orange is the outer core. Red is the mantle. That's where lava in our volcanoes comes from. And finally, the outer layer, That's the crust, and that's where everything that's living on the earth, that's where it's found. And that's where all the water is, and that's where all the rocks are, surface rocks. So, well, I hope that was fun for you. See you next week for another video.